All right, well, we'll hopefully be underway shortly. They've gotten plenty of time here to shuffle up and check out the deck list. We've got to imagine they've got a pretty good idea of what's taking place. Alex getting sleepy. It's been a long day. Tournament has been running at a fair pace, though. I mean, when you think about it, registration began at 10. Start time was promptly at 11. We began the day with 38 pre-registers and ended up with a total of 75 players. So it's not a bad day. Tournament ran pretty successfully, I'd say. Pat on the back to us, but congratulations also to all the top 8 players. I mean, this has been a pretty good day. We've had some fun. Boom. He's got spin down die. He's ready to keep track of his life. Geez, we're really shuffling still. I mean, we got to really get there. I'm impressed. I give it like 2 or 3 shuffles, then just snap it off. There's no reason to sit around here shuffling all this time, right? We want to see some magic. Come on, come on! Don't just sit around here doing nothing. And hopefully we're underway. Luke checking his sideboard real fast, making sure, saying, "Hey, if I lose that game 1, is there a way I can win game 2?" He had to have seen the Stony Silences, so he know that's a thing. Very interesting. A lot of good players knocked out in the top 8 and the top 4. Let's go. This is the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Big Rusty, I'd agree with you, but that's just me. I think during the break, it's fine for players to have their phone out. During the game, obviously, yeah, put your phone away, man. But during the break, man, no one cares. You're in the finals anyways, baby. Come on. Woo, that's a strong start. Look at all that stuff. Look at all that. Luke's going to be down at 18. Alex also at 18. Memnite, Vault Scourge, Blink Moth. What's going to be the next line of action here for Luke? Hey, thanks for the follows, everybody. We appreciate it. We try to stream as often as we can. Our next streamed event, I believe, is going to be regionals. This will be a shot at the Vault Scourge before the Arcbound resolves. And here it is. Arcbound's going to make an appearance. Holy cow. Hey, as often as we can, man. We try. It's very difficult sometimes. Luke's got to think here now what to do. We have been busy. It's been a very busy month. And now things are heating up. Alex down to 16. Luke down to 16 as well. Untap, draw. We got a Mana Leak, a Lightning Helix, and a Spell Queller all online ready to go. This will be for 2. Another Arcbound. Oh my gosh, he's going with the mismatched Arcbound Ravagers too. He's really just misering his opponent here. Be an attack for 2. Man, the mismatched Arcbounds really wanting to just whew. That's how you get people mad. That's how you get some mad folks. Spell Queller going to come in and try to deal with the other Arcbound Ravager at this point. Luke saying, sure, that happens. I'm going to attempt to Galvanic Blast that, get my Arcbound back, and time to put in some damage. Mm-hmm. Alex going to untap. We've got a Lightning Helix in hand. And what else? Serum Visions now. Luke going to check out Desolate Lighthouse. Make sure that card's pretty kosher. Yeah, there's usually 2 people, but let me run down the problem with this. And the Get Rog Monster, you can tell me how I should solve it. So, I had a commentating team of about 3 people besides myself. That was before we started this tournament series that you're currently watching. Now, what happens when you start low cost tournaments with high prize pools and the chance to get into a championship in your local store? Well, what happens is people end up wanting to play in the tournaments more than they want to commentate. So, unfortunately, you're left with just me for now. But for the larger events, like the SCG regionals that we host, or the Panini DBZ regionals, I mean, those events we generally have 2 commentators because they're not hosted in the store and they're hosted outside. And most of the time a guy will say, hey, sure, I'll commentate instead of playing, because they don't want to pay like the $40 or $45 entry. So I apologize, the Get Rug Monster. I know it sucks. I mean, believe me, I'd much rather be probably out playing Magic with the rest of the guys, or who knows, maybe just at home instead of commentating by myself. Alas, when the boss says, hey, you get back there and you commentate this top 8, I'm going to go ahead and commentate the top 8. That's also true. Our head judge occasionally does commentate for us on his nights off. But I apologize. In all honesty, if you guys don't say anything in chat, I could just mute my mic. No, 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 no offense. No offense done. No, not at all, man. No offense taken. I was just explaining the circumstances for those who haven't been to the channel before. This isn't my first time doing it, and believe me, I hate it. I hate commentating alone because I'm generally not, the very best Magic player, unless it's like we're watching a Miracles game or, something like that. So no, no harm, no foul, man. You're all good. But yes, in the future, heaven help me, I will try to have as many people as I can commentating. We'll get like a commentating team of like 6 dudes and 3 chicks and some other stuff. But alas, this game seems to be going well for Luke, as we're sacrificing artifacts now to potentially move some counters from Arcbound Ravager. It's true, I don't have anyone to complain to. That's absolutely true. I genuinely like to complain. But it's all good. All good. Alex going to take a pretty hefty chunk of damage here. Dropping down to 5. Luke going to gain some life. This looks like it's going to be an untap. We'll see a draw. Oh, boy. Oh, there we go. That's a V-click on the draw step. In response to the trigger, Galvanic Blast you, I guess? Is I think what Luke's trying to decide? What are we waiting for? Is he trying to decide if he wants to shoot the V-click or shoot Alex to the face? I think you just go to the dome. So 5 to 16 is correct. Shoots you directly in the face, hopefully. I would not want to shoot the V-click. I don't think the V-click matters at this point. Yep. Alex will go to 1. We'll show the Etch champion. I think that's going to be Scoops. Scoops DeVille. Haagen-Dazs? Yeah, there we go. All right. Very good. Very good. We've got Luke Christensen up a game over Alex Gosser here in the finals of this Modern Championship trial. If you're just tuning in, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I apologize. I'm, in fact, the only commentator. My name's Andrew. Some of you may know me. Some of you may not. And we're going to get into game number 2 and see how that goes. Man, Affinity's been in the top 8 a lot, fellas. A lot. But you know what? It's pretty fun to watch. The mismatched Arcbound Ravagers, tad bit triggering, but nothing I can't get over. Alex Gosser probably going to bring in those Stony Silences we saw him bring it against Ben Miney to shut down that Affinity matchup. Luke may have some tricks up his hand. So we'll see what we can do. Hi! Hello! Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Now, this is interesting, as this isn't the Jeskai deck that I would assume to show up in a tournament like this. Like, the fact that it's running no Nahiris, very surprising. Whew. Joe, unfortunately, did not show up for this, as he lives in California, and our store is actually located in Buffalo Grove, Illinois. That's the home center of Nerd Rage Gaming. Our captain just happens to live on the West Coast. Good guy, though. Nope, this is the local championship trials. This is our monthly 1K tournaments that we host here at the store. Usually capped at around 99 players, unless there's a lot of interest. And it's a great way for guys who are probably looking to become up and comers and potentially move to that grinder level to get some practice in. It's definitely a fun format. And like I said before, a lot of our local players really enjoy it. So much so that I don't have my other commentators, as they choose to generally play in the tournament series. But it's definitely good. It's been growing, which is a plus. And the championship at the end of the year will have a structure unlike anything that's been done in Magic before. If you've played Magic for a long time and you remember how old worlds used to be run, it's very similar to that. So if we have any older Magic players in the chat who remember how old worlds kind of worked with the multiple formats, our championship is similar but also very different. And it'll probably test the finalists like they've never been tested before. So I hope it turns out to be pretty cool. In theory, it should work. And it's great. I can't wait. I mean, all of these tournaments have been leading up to that point. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. A lot of people fighting over spots on the leaderboards. Let me see if I can find you guys a link to that so you can go check it out. Now, if somebody wins this CT, they're automatic. Just boom, you're in. You're into the finals, right? But the rest of the spots taken up in the championship are from players who have a overall points lead. So it's pretty sweet. It's a pretty decent way to come up with some stuff. If you guys are ever interested in checking out articles or who's on the list, boom, there you guys go. You can follow that link and check out not only the qualified players, the players who have made it into the championship already, and it's a pretty good list of players, but you can also see who's at the top of the standings for the at-large bids. That link will also take you to our articles and deck list archives, so take a look. Tell me what you think. Who knows? I don't know. We do our best. Players shuffling up for game number 2. We'll see if Luke can get the opener he needs to just seal the deal here, or if Alex will find the hate that he seemed to draw against the other affinity decks. Just make it a tough match. I mean, early Stony Silence against Ben Miney was pretty powerful. I'm going to start off with a Celestial Colonnade, and it looks like we have Mana Leak, Izzet, Staticaster, Restoration Angel, Snap. And Luke is on the warpath here, running out the aggressive creatures. But this is probably where it stops. I play Abzan mid-range in Modern. Uh-oh. Thank you for reporting that. I'll see what I can do. I have Abzan mid-range built, and I have Titan Shift built in Modern. Those are my 2 current decks. This will be a Lightning Helix, directed at the Vault Scourge. My Abzan deck today was played by one of NRG's buyers, Scott Mayer, who finished in a pretty positive ninth spot. So, I'm pretty happy about that. It's always nice to see your deck do well, and felt pretty good. It didn't really take up a ton of tuning time to really get it ready for today, but there were a few cards that were questionable that we moved in and out. Grimflayer isn't it? Yep, as a 3 of. I think Grimflayer is a pretty strong card. I definitely like the way it works in the deck, and it found its home. So here's another pretty aggressive attack here. Luke's going to drop to 14. We'll see what Luke tries to resolve. That's an Etch Champion. That's going to meet a quick mana leak. Man, Alex has had enough of that card. Desolate Lighthouse in hand. We've still got an Is It Staticaster, Restoration Angel. If I can throw my opinion out for a second, my favorite card in the Abzan list is definitely Calidus. I like him a lot. Ooh, Is It Staticaster? That's an interesting one. Here we go. Hey, welcome to the channel. Going to dismember the Is It Staticaster, paying some life, I believe. Look at 15. There'll be an attack from Arcbound Ravager here to 12, and we'll play a second Arcbound Ravager. Oh boy. Now it's getting dangerous. Alex kind of taking the shrug, saying, well, I don't have a lot in hand. Got this Restoration Angel. I don't know if that's going to get me there. There's an attack from both Arcbounds. Alex dropping down to 9. This is a Steel Overseer for Luke. We're going to activate Desolate Lighthouse, draw a card. It's a Bolt, pretty timely. Pitch the second Celestial Colonnade. Draw again, find a Scalding Tarn. Huh. Well, allows us to bolt and still play an Angel for blocks, so that's pretty decent. Gonna get the Steel Overseer out of the way. Luke's got one card in hand. Just trying to decide here how this is going to resolve. This is a hard card to get rid of, Steel Overseer. But it looks like we're just going to sack it to the Arcbound Ravager. This is going to be an untap. Draw for Luke. Can't quite see what it is. That's a Tormod's Crypt. Interesting choice of card. I mean, it's a great artifact to play here, especially if you're not going to play Relic of Progenitus. And this is instead your option. It's 0 cost, so we can play it early and without expending any mana. So not a bad choice. Restoration Angel going to come in. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. So Luke potentially has lethal here? Right? Am I counting this right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If he decides to sack everything. And that may be just the way to go. To the unblocked Arcbound Ravager? Right? Am I doing my math correctly? But I guess he's fearful of like a pet. Does Alex have no cards in hand? Is he trying to bluff the fetch? I think I sack everything. Yeah, I think you go for it. Just sack it all, man. Act no. Oh, he might. I don't know. Am I doing my math wrong? You guys can let me know. Oh, I think he's just gonna try to pump this one out of damage. No. He does have one face down on the table, but I agree. It's a bluff, man. You're if your opponent's grabbing at their fetch, no. Oh God, that was it. Ugh, ugh, I'm disgusted. That's okay. That's fair. That's a fair line for Luke. Like he didn't know. We knew because we could kind of see the hand, but I think you go for it anyways as the affinity player. Yeah, okay, so it was enough to kill. All right, thank you. My math is terrible sometimes. Okay, second Vault Scourge. And at this point, if Luke doesn't draw, or, I'm sorry, if Alex doesn't draw something, he's just dead. That's double land. He's got Celestial Colonnades he can turn on, but he's tapping mana for Desolate Lighthouse? What? Oh man. Now he's just playing mind games. So are we fetching trying to activate? Sure. No, I understand the colonnade's not enough, but like he was going to activate Desolate Lighthouse in like a in an order that just didn't matter, but that's it. Luke's going to pick this up 2-0 over Alex and become our modern championship trial winner for this month. Congratulations to him and the rest of the top 8 for making it here. Thank you to all the 75 players who played in today's event. And thank you guys for also tuning in and joining me. Sorry it was just the top 8, but as it was pointed out earlier, with just one commentator, it's kind of rough. So top 8 was top 8, and at least we got that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to sign off. It was great talking to you. Thank you so much for following the channel if you did. You guys can always check us back here. Like I said, the next large event we'll be streaming will be the SCG. It's Star City Games, Chicagoland Regionals, so you can always tune into that. And, check us out on Facebook. That's where we post most of our events and live links to whatever's going on in the store. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. It was great. Take care.